Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. So here we are again. So this is the second week of the pra-PJJ and this is the video lecture for chapter 5. So chapter 5 entitled is the Operation Management for Business Startup. So let's see. So this is the synopsis of what we're going to learn in today's lecture, today's chapter, which is the chapter 6. So basically it's the operational management on how to manage whatever you have, all your assets or all your liabilities, and we're going to look at few elements on the operational management. So this is the objectives, to introduce to you what the operation management is and to discuss the few criteria or the few components of that operation management. Okay, so this is the learning outcome. It's basically related to the previous objective. Okay, so these are the list of topics on what we're going to learn in the next few slides on the location planning, process design, meaning the workflow, your process workflow, production planning, inventory, quality, and also the cost. Okay, so first of all, we have to define the meaning of operation management. So operation management can be defined as the management of resources. So this is the inputs. Organizing and designing the transformation process. So this is the production processes to produce products and services, our outputs, to achieve objectives of the cost, quality, quantity, time, and safety. Okay, so basically the definition of the operation management, it has to have these three main points, which are the first one is the input, okay, and then when we undergo the production processes, then we will have our output to achieve whatever goals that we set, especially on the cost, the quality, on the quantity, time, and also safety. Okay, so this is the workflow, the components of the production management. First, as you can see here, let's try green. Okay, so first the input. Okay, remember on the definition of the operation management, it has to have the inputs, the processes, and to produce whatever that we do, either products or services, and that is our outputs, and our outputs will go to the customers. That's our target our audience, and from that customer then we'll get the feedback. So this feedback will be used again in any of these steps depending on the feedback. If the feedback concerns on our input, okay, so it will go back to the input. If that concerns on our processes, that will go back to the processes. If that concerns on our output, then it will go back to our output. Okay, so location planning. A good location can result in higher sales, lower operating costs, and higher profit. Okay, so come to think of it, kan? If we have a product ataupun we have a service, of course we want to display our product or we want to market our services in a place where it can and it will reach the maximum number of audience or the maximum number of the customers. So I don't think in a right state of mind of entrepreneurs, diorang tak nak bagi kepada yang ada crowd. Okay? So the choice of location will depend on the following factors. Close proximity to customers. Okay, so this is one of the important factors yang entrepreneurs have to think about whenever they want to market their product and also to market the services. Okay, it must be close to the customers. Kalau jauh, then susah, susah customers to reach us and susah for the entrepreneurs to attend the customers. High number of potential customers and high population growth. So contohnya lah kalau kita dekat EduHub bagus tu kan, because we have 4 institutions kat situ kan. So the number of students are very large. Jadi kalau entrepreneurs yang for example nak buat food delivery ke, nak buka kedai makan ke, nak buka printing store ke, so that is a good location because students memang memerlukan makanan dan juga for printing purposes. Close proximity to raw materials. This is important as well. Although we have to macam give and take, walaupun we say that close to customers ataupun yang high density population tu is important, but also the close proximity, close to the raw materials pun sangat penting. Okay, because we don't want to waste the cost on the transportation, because nanti sekarang kita punya transportation cost untuk dapatkan raw materials tu tinggi, then it will appear on our financial punya balance sheet tu, dia akan jadi tak cantik lah. Okay, dia punya margin dia tu akan jadi sikit je, our profit margin. For example, kita duduk dekat Johor tetapi our product, our supplier kita dekat Pulau Pinang. Jadi every time we want to get some raw materials, then we have to travel to Pulau Pinang ke, ataupun yang supplier from Pulau Pinang tu he or she has to mail ataupun has to post the raw material. So ada banyak-banyak isu, banyak-banyak factor. So this is one of the important factors as well, the good location planning. Availability of good infrastructures and facilities. For example, yang paling penting facilities is the parking spot. Kalau lah kita punya kedai tu, services kita tu memang dekat customer, it is near to the customers, it is near to the raw materials, it is at the high density population, tapi memang betul-betul dekat tengah bandar kan, tapi the parking spot tu is very difficult, then people won't go. Akan terus susah, rasa tak nak pergi. Availability of manpower, maksudnya kena ada pekerja yang mencukupi. Good visibility and easier accessibility. So again with the parking spot. Kalau tak ada parking spot pun mungkin in a big city kan, for example Johor Bahru ke or Kuala Lumpur ke, kalau dia dekat dengan public transport, LRT ke apa lagi lama tak naik, monorail ke whatever lah semua tu kan. And also low crime rate and availability of facilities and services such as hospitals, schools, banks, sport facilities and everything. Okay, yang paling pentingnya ni lah low crime rate. Okay, kita tak nak, we don't want to open our shop ataupun do our businesses dekat place that are very dangerous to us as the entrepreneurs, but also dangerous to our customers as well. Okay, so customers takkan datang kat tempat yang macam dia akan kata bahayalah kat tempat tu, tak nak aku, tak nak, so nanti tak laku juga. Okay, so traditional production process usually dia akan buat dalam small quantity. So kebanyakan IKS ataupun SME, small medium enterprise businesses, they usually make their products in small quantity, small batches of products. So for example kerepek kan, kalau in Parit Raja tu there is a shop ni, IKS shop jual kerepek, and dia punya production tu is small, okay, compared to the yang large enterprise lah. Jadi when their production is small or low quantity, then dia punya machines, dia punya equipment and also the facilities, it must conform to the amount of the production. Okay, so if for example, you want to increase the production, you have to make sure your machine or equipment or facilities can do that. Okay, they must have the capacity to increase the production. If not, then tak boleh lah nak capai. Okay, so it's the same juga. If your target production is very low, then there is no need for you to have a very high end, a very expensive equipments, machines and so on. Okay, so it will be a total waste because you don't use dia punya capacities to the max. So entrepreneurs must choose machines that are suitable with his production. Okay. So the layout planning and the positioning of the machines must be designed to achieve efficient process flow, safe operation, effective and convenient process control. So this is when you are in the production punya line lah. Okay, so let's see this. Alright. Let's try yellow. Okay. So this is for a production of making a beef burger. So we can see here. Ni dia punya flow chart dia. So first we have to pick out the raw material from the freezer box. Okay. And then from there kita akan heat the beef patty, beef ke chicken patty, the meat patty and also the bun. Then we take the cooked patty and the condiments in the bun. Kita assemblekan. And then we wrap. Okay. So each step ni they need to use specific equipments ataupun machines. Okay, so from here we already know that picking raw material from freezer box, then freezer box mesti ada dekat sini. Okay, then after that they akan heat the patty and the bun. So next to the freezer box they should have macam stove untuk masak. And then after that placement of cooked patty and condiment in bun. So sebelah stove tu mesti kena ada meja untuk dah lepas masak tu letak terus dekat atas bun with all the vegetables, dia punya condiments tu. And then after that wrapping burger and deliver to customers. Then sebelah tempat nak placement tu mesti ada another meja for wrapping with all the wrapping papers yang dia ada tu untuk terus dia wrap je. Okay, so this is how we should design our process and how we should place our equipment ke machine ke in our warehouse ataupun rumah ke ataupun kilang-kilang kecil ke. Okay. Entrepreneur must design adequate production facilities to produce outputs that fulfill sale forecast. Okay. So ini seperti yang saya cakap tadi lah. If we target our production to that amount, then our facilities have to have that capacity to achieve that amount. Okay, jangan kita punya facilities tu lagi advanced tapi our production target is very low, then it is such a waste. If our production we target very high tetapi our facilities are very low, then our facilities won't meet the demand, won't meet the target. Okay, so akan membazir juga. Kita tak akan capai kita punya target. Entrepreneurs must manage inventory effectively. Why? Because of these few sebab-sebab dia. Okay, adequate inventory helps entrepreneurs to meet market demand. Okay, jadi if we know for example sekarang ni macam gardenia kan, sekarang ni kan orang duk complain roti gardenia asyik habis je kan. In fact it's not just roti gardenia, roti lain-lain pun Mighty White lah, fresh bread, fresh white, all brands of roti-roti ni semua licin. Tak kisahlah kat Speedmart ke Econ Safe ke Giant ke. Okay, tapi tak tahulah, mungkin kalau big hypermarket macam Tesco, Aeon tu mungkin ada lagi, I don't know lah. Kita kat sini tak ada kan, so I can't compare. Okay, inadequate inventory will cause disruption to the operations and incur missed sale opportunities. So if we don't keep our inventory very close, kita tak jaga betul-betul, then it will influence our production. Because suddenly kan kita nak buat ni, tiba-tiba tengok alamak, tepung dah habis. Why this happen? Because inventory kita tak betul. Sepatutnya when we know that our tepung is running very low, then we should order siap-siap. Jangan tunggu dah habis baru nak order. Then it will influence, dia akan disrupt the production tu. Too much inventory means high inventory cost and reduce the business profit. Okay, so this is in contrast to the previous point. Previous point tu bila you tak cukup inventory, you tengah nak buat roti, tiba-tiba tepung dah habis. But this one, you bought a lot of tepung. Okay, you panic buy a lot of tepung. Semua tepung you ambil, tak kisahlah jenama apa. Beluki lah, jenama rose lah, all those tepung yang ada, you semua you beli. Tetapi you punya production roti tu tak adalah banyak mana pun. Satu hari entah berapa keping, berapa loaf saja. Okay? So what will happen to the tepung? First, you dah waste all your capital. Beli kepada raw materials that you don't really use that regularly because you punya production you tak tinggi mana pun. Okay? Kenapa you nak stock up on your raw materials? Okay? So sama jugalah. Panic buying kan, waktu COVID-19 ni bila dah nak dengar kata nak kena lockdown lah, PKP lah apa semua awal tu, bukan main lagi, semua orang rush to the hypermarket, pasar-pasar, kedai-kedai kecil, warung mak jah, mak kiah apa semua tu, and then they all panic buying. Panic, belilah macam-macam, sardin sampai 5, roti sampai 4, tepung, telur, beras sampai 10 kampit. Tapi sebenarnya bila dekat rumah, masak ke? Macam tu. Okay? You have all the raw materials, tapi kat rumah you tak masak pun. You buat apa? You order food delivery. Macam tu. Okay? So, what's the point? You dah belanjakan banyak your capitals, your money kan, to the raw materials, tetapi you don't use that in the production. So, it's such a waste. Okay, next. A business that has too much inventory will increase holding or storage costs and occupy more space, while too little inventory may cause stock shortage and affect customer service. Okay? Okay, sambung balik. So, this is again about the inventory. Dia punya consequences dia. If we have too much inventory, what will happen? And if we have low amount of inventory, what will happen? Okay, quality management. Ini juga is very important. We have to manage the quality of our product and also the services. Okay, so let's see the definition. Usually for definition, kita memang akan refer to the ISO lah. Okay, so that is the totality of features and characteristics of a product or service that bear on its ability to satisfy stated or implied needs. Okay. So basically maksud dia nak kata gini, whatever product or services that we advertise to people, okay, and then we deliver the characteristics or the criteria of our product and services, then it will be said that we have reached our quality. Okay, so for example, very simple example, we sell a knife, pisau. So in our advertisement, in our marketing, we say that this knife is very sharp. It can cut through a paper just like that. Okay, so bila kita dah tunjuklah demo whatever semua tu, and then customer semua macam wow, bestnya tajamnya, senang nak bunuh orang. Okay, for example lah. Okay, so customer pun beli, and then because on the advertisement it says that it cuts through the paper really easy, then diorang pun try. Lepas tu macam diorang try, tak boleh pun nak potong paper ni. Kan? Lepas tu dia try. Nak potong apple pun tak boleh, nak potong ayam pun tak boleh, potong daging pun tak boleh. Okay? Jadi itu bermaksudnya our product does not meet whatever criteria that we advertise during sale. Itulah. So maksudnya itu produk kita tak ada quality. Okay, so these are the advantages of when we keep our product ataupun services in top quality. Okay, so kita boleh baca kat sini. Okay, so ini yang bagusnya is because dia tunjukkan product, quality, dimension and also service. Because kita tahulah kan, for entrepreneur ni, it doesn't have to be product only, it doesn't have to be service only, so it can be both. Okay, jadi they give us the guideline on the quality dimension if you venture into product or if you venture into services. Okay, so besides the quality management tu yang quality of our product, quality of our services, sebenarnya ada juga term, ada juga term non-quality. Okay, so non-quality ni adalah, for example, dia ada external, dia ada juga internal. Kalau yang external ni yang kat luar lah, okay, so dari segi poor reputation, loss of repeat customers, rejected or return product cost. Ni yang dekat luar. Luar meaning that it is external, it is outside of our production line. Okay, besides external cost, there is also an internal cost of the non-quality. Wasted cost on the material and labour, rework cost and low morale of the workers. So macam the workers macam akan feel very down, very demotivated because they thought that they have done the job, okay, but because the quality management is very poor, jadi dia akan rasa macam asyik aku buat benda yang sama je, asyik tak betul je. Okay, so entrepreneur has to identify these quality defects and find the causes of this defect. Okay, so whatever problem that we have to find the solution. Okay, so there is this model, we call it Ishikawa diagram, ataupun there is another term besides Ishikawa is the fishbone diagram. Okay, kenapa dikata fishbone diagram? Because ini kepala dia, ini badan dia, ini dia punya tulang-tulang dia, macam tu, ni tulang dia. So that's why it's called the fish diagram. Macam mana nak ni ya, kembalikan. Okay, macam mana buat mata, tak dapat buat mata. Okay, tak apalah. Alright, so ni macam fishbone diagram lah. Okay, so fishbone diagram ni usually memang entrepreneurs atau companies dia akan menggunakan ni if they want to get down to the problem of bahagian mana-mana lah. Okay, so all the problems dia akan letak dekat dia punya head ni of the fish, and then dia akan cuba tengok, okay, problem ni mungkin dekat bahagian material dia ke, dekat bahagian equipment ke, dekat bahagian method ke, manpower ke, workplace ke, measuring and calibrating ke, ataupun procedure ke. Okay, so all the elements, all the factors that could contribute to the problems tu kita akan tuliskan ke setiap satu ni, and then they will discuss it, and then kita akan cubalah cari solution dia. Okay, minimize the cost per unit of production so that the product can be sold at a competitive price. That's true. So being an entrepreneur in the world of business kan, so profit tu is something that we want, something that we intentionally want. Okay, bukan yang macam tiba-tiba macam alah ada untung tu adalah, kalau tak ada tak apa, tak nak. Okay, so we want that profit. Okay, so how to achieve that profit? Then salah satunya adalah we have to minimize the cost per unit. Okay, jadi okay, before that we have to have a look. So operational cost dia involve sebenarnya 3 benda. Okay, So direct materials, direct labor and also the overhead cost. So direct materials dengan labor ni adalah sebenarnya all the cost yang involved in the real production of the product ataupun services. Okay. Overhead cost ni adalah all other cost yang miscellaneous punya kategori yang support the real production cost ni of the direct materials and the labor. Okay, so contohnya macam kilang gardenia tu lah, senang kilang roti tu. Jadi all the direct material and labor, direct material tu maksudnya yang the raw materials. Okay, cost dia untuk beli tepung, cost dia untuk air, cost dia untuk telur, cost dia untuk yeast, garam, preservative kan. Okay, so that is the direct material. Kemudian direct labor, ini adalah pekerja-pekerja dia yang memang dekat production line tu. Dia lah yang tambahkan ni, dia yang kacau ni, dia yang bawa ni, dia yang potong ni, dia yang bakar ni. Okay, yang memang betul-betul membantu kepada penghasilan roti tersebut. However, kita ada juga overhead cost ni adalah contohnya adalah macam pekerja-pekerja yang dia duduk dekat dalam office ataupun dia ni adalah pekerja-pekerja yang dia sebagai engineer yang mana kalau tiba-tiba mesin tu breakdown, dia dah tak boleh nak kacau yeast tu dengan tepung lah, dengan gula ke apa, then engineer ni turun padang. Okay? Tapi sebenarnya engineer orang dalam office ni dia tak adalah betul-betul the frontliners of the production of the roti ni, tetapi dia diperlukan juga di belakang tabir. Jadi when we want to calculate our total operational cost, dia sebenarnya adalah direct cost of material tu. Okay, so direct cost of the material, remember, and also direct of the labor cost and also the overhead cost juga. Okay, so itu adalah total kita. Then how to know our cost per unit is total cost ni tadi bahagikan dengan total number of output. So kalau macam kilang gardenia tadi, dia tengok-tengok dia punya total operational cost itu, for example 10 juta. Banyak sangat tu. 10,000. Okay, 10,000. Lepas tu dia bahagikan dengan total number of output. Tengoklah output dia tu dalam satu hari ke, dalam sebulan ke, ataupun dalam 1 jam ke kan. Tengok ada 10,000 bungkus roti juga, roti gardenia. Jadi bila 10,000 bahagi dengan 10,000, so maksudnya harga kos dia tu, roti tu adalah RM RM1 saja. Okey, tapi dia jual dekat kita RM berapa? Tak ingat harga. Tak ingat berapa ringgit RM2 lebih ke apa, RM3 lebih macam tu kan. Ialah untuk profit dia. Okay, so that's all for our chapter 6 on the operational management. So I hope you understand, and don't forget to click on the Google form in Edmodo because there is please answer some of the questions in that Google form, and that will serve as your attendance for this week. Okay, stay safe everyone. Assalamualaikum.